What's going on YouTube? Sean here, and welcome to day number 22 of the Godzilla Rewatch. And in today's video, we're going to be finishing the Heisei era of Godzilla films by talking about the one and only Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. I don't know why they call him Destoroyah. They could have just called him Destroyer, but I guess copyrighting the name Destroyer was a little bit more difficult than it seems. But anyways, Godzilla vs. Destoroyah was the last film of the second series of Godzilla films. They gave us a nice bit of continuity here amongst all the films. We had Destoroyah, who is this menacing creature. It ties back into the original. Godzilla has an all-new form and all-new abilities with the Burning Godzilla form. You have Godzilla Jr., who is now an adult Godzilla at this point. He looks just like his dad, just a little bit smaller dorsal plates and such. There's just a lot that goes on in this film. There's like a little bit of like a B horror movie element to it. The Super X3 comes back. The Super X3 comes into play with some new unique sets of weapons, tying it back to the first film of the Heisei era. You have Emiko Yamane, who shows back up. She hasn't been seen since the original Godzilla film. There's tiebacks to the Oxygen Destroyer. There's just a lot of callbacks to the original film, and the way it kind of wraps it all up is truly spectacular in an exciting way. So, Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, this is one that I remember seeing, I don't know, back when they started airing these on the Sci-Fi Channel. I want to say like around 2004 or something like that was the first time I saw this film. No, actually may have been a little bit earlier, like 2002, 1, 2. I don't know, like I had a VHS recording of it. Like a Sci-Fi Channel would play all these different monster movies. I don't even know what Sci-Fi Channel does anymore. They used to play all these Godzilla films. They like marathon a bunch of them. And I recorded this one on a VHS tape, so I would have to like fast forward through all the commercials and stuff. But it was my first time experiencing this Godzilla film in general. So yeah, first time experiencing this one. It was a truly awesome sight to see. When I was younger, I would always like debate where I would rank this one amongst the Heisei series, because Destoroyah is an awesome looking kaiju. He's got like different forms. He evolves over time. I like how he was created from the Oxygen Destroyer to wipe out Godzilla. He's kind of like the big ultimate baddie of the Heisei era. I mean, Space Godzilla's up there, King Ghidorah's up there. Godzilla would just face a constant barrage of different types of enemies, but Destoroyah is one that like people are theorizing will be in Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know if he will be. I always theorized that he was a good potential. I mean, I don't know for sure. I know we know for sure which rights they got in terms of Toho creatures, but you never know. They could create Destoroyah. I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so Destoroyah is like the ultimate big bad in terms of monsters of the Heisei series. He's extremely powerful, has all these unique abilities. He basically eviscerates and kills Godzilla Jr., kills a lot of fish. That's another thing too. But yeah, so I really like this one. I definitely do. I think it's stronger than... Upon my rewatch, I'm like, where would I rank this one? It's tough choosing the Heisei era, because like I used to like consider this one like my favorite, and then like upon rewatch, like, no, it's my second favorite, no, it's my third favorite. It really, the top three of the Heisei era for me are this one, King Ghidorah, and Mechagodzilla 2. And then I'd say Space Godzilla just follows suit of those three. And then we go into after that, I'd say, you know, like 85, Mothra, Biollante. Those three kind of follow like after that. But yeah, this one has a lot of great elements. The musical score by Fukube is fantastic. It's very emotional, especially in the climax. The track Requiem, in particular, is very, very strong indeed. Like, the way it taps into your emotions. Like, you got this part where, like, Junior dies initially. It is a sad, like, emotional, like, roller coaster of a movie. And it's got some hokey B elements to it. Like, there's a part with the military, and that's trying to take down, like, the smaller forms of Destoroyah. And I'm watching this, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely feels like a cheesy Sci-Fi Channel movie a bit here. But it keeps a bit of that grim tone. Godzilla this time around, he's got a problem. His heart is basically kind of like a nuclear reactor, and he's having like a meltdown. That's why his body's all burning and stuff. He needs like nuclear energy to keep him stable. But basically, Godzilla's a ticking time bomb. And if he blows up or melts down, he will wipe out all life on the planet. So the humans have to think of some creative ways to stop him. So they think, okay, Destroyer would be this way. But then they have like new weapons that they just happen to be developing, which is the Super X3, which uses like cadmium missiles to like stabilize nuclear energy and stuff. And then you got the freezing weapons to take down Godzilla. So ultimately, Destoroyah doesn't work, so they decide, okay, we're going to freeze him exactly at 1200 degrees Celsius so that when Godzilla finally melts down, we can stop him altogether. So once he has his meltdown, we'll freeze him, we'll minimize the casualties. He basically turns Tokyo into a ghost town at the end of the film. Destoroyah was disappointed to see Godzilla not really take him down, but they wanted to make the focus of Godzilla just kind of taking down everything on his own. So I can understand why they didn't have Destoroyah like killed by him, but him beaten by the military is kind of a weak way to go out. Especially considering he's one of the big ultimate baddies of the Heisei era. I don't know, I think Space Godzilla might be a bit stronger, but it's kind of tough to say because Destoroyah was created from the Oxygen Destroyer, the weapon that killed the original Godzilla. But yeah, so Destoroyah gets taken down, Godzilla has his meltdown, a very sad emotional scene, one of the saddest of the franchise for sure, and basically all his nuclear energy goes into his sun, and he goes and grows to a full Godzilla size, and that's the end of the Heisei era. Yeah, there's some characters that come back. Miki Saigusa is back, of course. She has an emotional connection to him. You know, you get all sorts of different titans in that come into play, and it truly is a spectacular climax for the Heisei era. One of my personal favorites of the Godzilla franchise, and I'm very much looking forward to when we get to see. It's pretty much been leaked that Burning Godzilla is apparently going to be in Godzilla King of the Monsters. So I'm very much looking forward to when he comes into fray. So yeah, issues with the film, like I said, some of the human characters, they're okay. It's cool to see all the tiebacks and that. There's some moments where it kind of drags a bit here and there, but you definitely feel the weight of this one. You definitely feel the emotional stakes. You definitely feel like since this is like the end of an era, you definitely get that type of vibe. Like, okay, this is it. This is truly the end of Godzilla. So, and then they killed him off, and it is a sad sight to see. So yeah, other things to add, I'm not sure what else I can add. Musical score is once again great. I just think some of the other Godzilla films may have been a bit stronger, like King Ghidorah is stronger throughout. Mechagodzilla 2 is definitely one that I feel the same way about, a little bit stronger throughout. But yeah, this one is definitely a strong, solid entry of the series. I love Destoroyah. I do kind of hope he makes a comeback at some point. I know some people don't want other monsters in Godzilla vs. Kong, but let's face it, people, it's going to happen. They're not going to be, it's not just going to be those two versing each other. They're both kind of the good guys. There has to be another threat at play. So it could be Destoroyah, could be an all-new creation. We'll find out when the movie comes out, and yeah, that's all I got to say. So thank you all so much for watching this. It was fun talking about the Heisei series. When you know, it used to be my favorite, but sometimes I think Showa, sometimes I think Heisei. We'll see where it goes from here, but yeah, come back tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about a very special Godzilla film, one that was not made by Toho, but TriStar in 1998. That's right, Matthew Broderick is back, baby, and that's a lot of fish when we talk about Godzilla 1998. So that's all I got to say for now. Take care now. Bye-bye then. I'll see you tomorrow as we talk about Godzilla 1998, a.k.a. That's a lot of fish. So, yeah, look forward to that. All right, that's all I got to say. Take care now. Bye-bye then. I'll see you next